Catholic University of East Africa. Professor Benedict Wambua, Technical University of Kenya. Professor Isaac Sankoskei, Moi University. Professor Solomon Ingosangwa Shibairo, Masinde Muliro University. Professor Linus Gitonga, Karatina University. Dr. Adimba from Statmore University. Professor Kibwage, Egerton University. Professor Henry Kiptanoi Kiplangat, Kabarak University. Ambassador Professor Festus Kaberia, Multimedia University. Your Excellency, Sir, we have also received numerous goodwill messages from various universities and our strategic partners. With your permission, Your Excellency, Sir, I wish to acknowledge a few these goodwill messages from Commission of University Education, University of Nairobi, Kenyatta University, Dedan Kimathi University of Technology, Pwani University, Kenya School of Revenue Administration, Catholic University of East Africa, and Masai Mara University. Your Excellency, Chancellor, Sir, we are also grateful for the presence of distinguished professors and eminent persons, including Professor Peter Kagwanja, Professor Humphrey Wycliffe Odur, Professor Wegulo, Professor Okoth, Dr. George Njenga. We acknowledge and grateful for your presence today. Your Excellency, Sir, I thank you all most sincerely for coming to witness this great occasion as the National University Kenya convenes the first congregation of the conferment of degrees and award of diplomas. It also gives me great privilege and honor to host you here at the university seat for this inaugural graduation ceremony. Today is a great day and a proud moment for the institution and certainly for all the graduates before us today. Congratulations for this achievement and well done. Your Excellency, this graduation ceremony is a significant milestone in the attainment of an ambition which began 8 years ago. In 2015, a transitional team was established to develop the National Defense University. This mission was accomplished on the 28th of May 2021 when the university was granted its charter, paving way for the establishment and exercise of other institutions and structural components of the university. In this regard, I will be amiss if I do not acknowledge that this university benefited from the great leadership and foundation laid by pioneers of the first university management and to whom we owe eternal gratitude. I thank you, Your Excellency, for the guidance and support you have provided as the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defense Forces, and the Chancellor of this university. I also appreciate the guidance and support by the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Defense, as well as the University Council. I also recognize the dedication of my colleagues in the University Management Board and Senate, as well as the efforts of the entire staff of the university. In addition, I also acknowledge the participation of our partners and various stakeholders. I welcome all who have contributed to this university to delight in its success, especially today's graduation. Your Excellency, since the award of this charter in 2021, the university has been consistent in delivering the vision and spirit of the pioneers. Beholden to the university mandate, vision, and mission, we have defined our priorities, aligned with our resources and ambitions to meet several significant achievements. In the last 3 years, we have built the university seat, established robust governance structures, recruited key management and academic staff, established a university journal with 2 issues already published, established an annual symposium with the first held in October on cybersecurity. We have sustained old and initiated collaborations with government and private sector both locally and internationally. The most critical of this achievement has been the success in safeguarding a sustained academic calendar. We are currently steadily rolling out 23 out of 24 accredited programs. We have also trained from various ministries, departments, and agencies with an overarching aim to create common knowledge on the impact of their respective mandates on national security. Your Excellency, I can affirm that the university is on a strong foundation and committed to fulfilling its mandate. And as a testament to this dedication, today NDUK presents its inaugural graduating class of 2023 with 167 graduates. Your Excellency, this is our finest and glorious moment in the history of the university. Your Excellency, I will also shift my remarks to specifically address the inaugural NDUK graduating class of 2023. Once again, congratulations. I am proud of your individual and collective achievements. You are the first class to graduate at the university seat. As such, my lens says your graduation is the class of pioneers. In this regard, as pioneers, there will be great expectations on your ability to deliver your respective roles and the articulation of your respective national discourse in a way that adds value and accelerates the attainment of our national aspirations. The price to pay will be your intentional leadership by offering sound and informed options to the question you will face in your career path. In this regard, it is my hope that the education you have acquired will offer a guide to stimulate great ideas, ambitions for self and country. As you move forward in your life, believe that you have the power to make a difference in the world. Never forget that the future is designed by collective participation, and by remaining an active contributor, we can shape it in a positive way. Always believe in yourself and your abilities. Never give up on your dreams. Remember that success is not just about what you accomplish in your life, but also about what you inspire others to do or become. To get where you are going, you must be disciplined and have the right attitude and be context aware. Occasionally, you will succeed, but success also works hand in hand with failure. During your careers, you will likely encounter what may seem like impossible ambitions, enormous assignments, or face the burden of solving man-made or natural crises, which most of the time will demand resources you may not have and occur in circumstances beyond your control. Consequently, your performance in addressing the situation may be disappointing. However, knowing that you did your best will give you comfort. And as pioneers, I'll call upon you to always give your best in every task entrusted to you. Whenever the future places you, you are the pen holder to the story of your life and the narrative you create. You must always remain aware that you are not islands. As you navigate life, be open to collaboration and always lean in to learn from others. Accordingly, as the pioneer class, you will remain the symbol of what will characterize the quality and culture of National Defense University, Kenya. Remain conscious of this responsibility and gift future alumni the honor and courage to lead. It is our hope that as alumni of this university, you will embrace an enduring synergy with the university. In that, the university will always be ready to support you, but at the same time, look upon you to be its ambassador and source of support. I wish you fair winds and following seas in your careers. Your Excellency, as I conclude, in accordance with the National Defense University Kenya Chapter 2021, paragraph 25(1) and 2, and statutes 36(5) after your address, this congregation stands dissolved. Your Excellency, with those remarks, I request to invite the Chief of the Defense Forces, who is also the chairperson of the University Council, to make his remarks, and thereafter invite the Cabinet Secretary for Education, CDF, sir.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya and the Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces and Chancellor of the National Defense University, Kenya, Governor Nakuru County, Cabinet Secretary for Defense and Cabinet Secretary for Education, Vice Chief of the Defense Forces, Service Commanders, members of the University Council, General Officers and Senior Officers, General Officers serving and retired, other Vice Chancellors here present, Commandants and Principals and Directors of University Colleges, members of the University Senate, distinguished guests, graduates, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, it is with great pleasure and honor that I welcome you on behalf of the National Defense University Council to our first graduation ceremony. Today is a great day for us because it marks an important milestone in our ongoing journey to deliver high-quality professionals in the field of defense, security, and strategy as mandated in the University Charter. I thank you, Your Excellency, for your continued support throughout this journey. Your Excellency, the last 2.5 years since the award of the Charter, the University Council has worked tirelessly and leveraged its various experience and expertise to provide the necessary guidance and advice to the university management. Accordingly, I wish to recognize and appreciate the University Council members who are drawn from the military, relevant government ministries, academia, private sector for their dedication. Council members who are here, please rise up to be seen by His Excellency. You may be seated. Through the advice and guidance of this team, the university has experienced growth since its inception, and now it can boast of a rich mix of academic programs, well-developed governance structures, a good network of partners in government, academia, industry, and research institutions, both locally and internationally, as well as a strong human resource base, which we will continue to nurture and strengthen. Your Excellency, the graduates before you today are a testament to this growth, as they are from different disciplines and are drawn from the various security agencies, governments, ministries, departments and agencies, as well as from various countries spread out globally. The University Council will continue to provide the necessary guidance and advice to the university management to steer the university to even greater heights. Your Excellency, allow me to appreciate the Ministry of Defense, the Ministry of Education, as well as the National Treasury for their continued support to the university. In this regard, we appreciate the guidance and financial support from the government, which has facilitated the smooth running of the programs and infrastructure development, in addition to the acquisition of materials and services enabling the university to offer quality education to our students. I also commend the university management, faculty and staff for the great work they have done and encourage them to work even harder to move this institution to the next level. To the families and the loved ones, thank you for your love, encouragement, and support. The fruits of your efforts are evident. I know the journey to this graduation square has not been easy, but I'm sure that without your support, love, and commitment and encouragement, the journey could be more difficult, if not impossible. Therefore, the achievements of the graduates are a reflection of your support. To the graduates, I congratulate you on this achievement. I know you have received sufficient advice, read books, and attended many lectures. Use the knowledge gained to make this world a better place through your individual and collective effort in whichever capacity you will serve. Remember that the global security environment is becoming increasingly volatile, uncertain, and complex, ambiguous, and the dynamics will need renewed leadership. Finally, I want to assure you that I have complete confidence in each and every one of you to lead and, where needed, to make sure we grow, improve, and remain the best. Your Excellency, with those few remarks, I want to thank you and I want to thank the congregation for your kind attention. With those remarks, I now wish to invite the Cabinet Secretary for Education to make his remarks and invite the Cabinet Secretary for Defense. Cabinet Secretary for Education.
Your Excellency, Chancellor Sir, President of the Republic of Kenya, Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces of Kenya, the Governor of Nakuru County, Cabinet Secretary of Defense, the Chief of the Defense Forces, the Vice Chief of Defense Forces, service commanders present here, members of the University Council, Vice Chancellors of other universities present. I've seen other chancellors, particularly the Chancellor of Dedan Kimathi University, and all protocols observed. Your Excellency, Sir, I'm pleased to be part of this first graduation ceremony of the National Defense University, Kenya. This is yet another milestone in our education sector. Your Excellency, to put this into perspective, it is important to mention that the National Defense University, Kenya, was the first university in Kenya to be granted a charter under Section 24 of the Universities Act 2012. The university was granted its charter on the 27th May 2021 after the Commission for University Education was satisfied that it met all the requirements of a specialized degree awarding institution whose mandate of strategic and national importance. Accordingly, the university was mandated to focus on training and capacity building on practical realities of Kenya's national security concerns and act as a think tank or a policy institute for government and over strategic thinking and direction. Your Excellency, on this occasion of the university's first graduation, I'm happy to see that the university has achieved its mandate, and I'm optimistic that it will continue on the same trajectory. My ministry welcomes this growth and the university's contribution to the development of the country's high-level human resource on the specialized areas of defense, security, and strategy. As we celebrate this milestone, I thank all of you for the guidance and support, Your Excellency, for the guidance and support you have provided this university as the Chancellor. Equally, I thank you for the support you have provided to the Ministry of Education in general. As your Cabinet Secretary in charge of education, I am fully aware that matters relating to education are close to your heart. This is evident from the reforms your government has instituted in the education sector, which are meant to streamline the sector and ensure education opportunities are available to all. Your Excellency, Sir, also allow me to congratulate and thank my counterpart in the Ministry of Defense, Honorable Adan Duare, for the guidance and support he has accorded this university. On the same note, I am proud the University Council, the Vice Chancellor, and the entire university management, as well as faculty and staff of National Defense University Kenya, for their tireless efforts, which have definitely contributed to the achievement of this milestone. Your Excellency, on my part as the Cabinet Secretary for Education, I commit continued support to the university. However, I am aware that the resources allocated by the government, by your government, may not be sufficient all the time to support all university programs, especially research projects, and therefore call upon the university's management to develop innovative programs to generate extra funds. On the same note, I urge them to maintain high standards of professionalism, academic programs, and the quality of graduates, as well as research and innovation. Your Excellency, as I conclude, I congratulate the graduates and take this opportunity to encourage them to uphold the ethical values acquired from this university. As graduates of this university, you are now the ambassadors of this great institution. Step out there and diligently serve humanity. Always remember that just doing good is not and will never be enough. Achieving impact is what counts. Become creators of the future. I thank you and God bless us all. Your Excellency, I now invite my colleague, Honorable Adan Duare, Cabinet Secretary, Minister for Defense, to make his remarks and invite Your Excellency for your remarks and words of wisdom. Honorable Duare, please. Thank you.
Your Excellency, Dr. William Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya, Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defense Forces, and Chancellor of the National Defense University, Kenya, the Governor of Nakuru County, my colleague, Cabinet Secretary for Education, the Chief of Defense Forces, the Principal Secretary of the Ministry of Defense, my sister, and the Member of Parliament for this area, Bahati constituency, Mheshimiwa Irene, members of the Defense and Foreign Relations Committee present here, Vice Chief of Defense Forces, service commanders, members of the University Council, Vice Chancellor, National Defense University, other Vice Chancellors present, Deputy Vice Chancellors, Commandants, Principals, and Directors of the University Colleges, representatives of our friends and allied defense attaches present here, members of the University Senate, members of the Diplomatic Corps, distinguished guests, graduates, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, I stand before you and this congregation full of excitement and with a deep sense of achievement as we mark the first graduation of our premier institution of higher learning, National Defense University, Kenya. Allow me, sir, at this juncture, to congratulate our graduates and wish them well as they step out to serve their respective countries and institutions. Your Excellency, National Defense University, Kenya is a key enabler to the accomplishment of the mandate of our ministry. The university, through its 6 colleges and 1 constituent college, plays a critical role in developing capacity of strategic thinkers and implementers to support the development of sound policies and strategies, as well as offer practical innovative solutions to address our security challenges and contribute to our national development. Therefore, Your Excellency, today's graduation is a key milestone in this journey. Your Excellency, this institution is also a platform for multidisciplinary dialogue which aims at finding solutions to contemporary and emerging challenges globally. And I'm pleased to inform you, sir, that on October 26th this year, the university hosted a very successful symposium which I attended together with my colleague, Mr. Eliud Owalo, Cabinet Secretary for Information, Communication and Digital Economy. The symposium on cybersecurity brought together over 500 in-person and online participants to discuss ways to curb threats in the cyberspace and leverage the opportunity therein for national development. Your Excellency, sir, this dialogue I encourage the university to continue through the security spectrum to make it a solid source of knowledge which contributes to policy and strategy development across our ministries, departments, and agencies. Your Excellency, sir, the achievement made by this university just 2.5 years since it was established are commendable and has made it possible through concerted effort. Consequently, allow me to thank Your Excellency for your guidance, one as the President, as the Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, and as the Chancellor of this great university. I also want to register my appreciation to the Ministry of Education and that of the National Treasury for their continued support. Finally, Your Excellency, I want to congratulate and thank the University Council, university management, and the entire university community for the commitment and hard work which has contributed to this success. At this juncture, Your Excellency, let me address the graduates. First and foremost, I extend my congratulations for your successful completion of the academic programs offered by this institution. We acknowledge your sacrifice, your hard work, and your sense of duty, and indeed, dedication, discipline, and unwavering commitment which have brought you to this significant milestone, assurance that the same virtues shall guide you in your duties. Finally, Your Excellency, let me give this advice to the graduates. May your careers be marked by success. May your actions bring peace and security to our respective nations and collectively to the world. Your journey is just beginning, but I have no doubt that you will make us all proud. Congratulations, NDUK graduates 2023. Your Excellency, it's now my humble duty and honor to invite you to address this congregation, provide words of wisdom to the graduates and to the nation. Your Excellency, sir.
Thank you very much. You may take your seats. Distinguished guests, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I said good afternoon. I am delighted to join you today on this first graduation ceremony of the National Defense University, Kenya. This is a highly remarkable milestone for the entire community gathered here, for our nation, and for our regions across our borders and beyond. It has taken tremendous effort and commitment on the part of family, students, faculty, university management, and council, as well as the Kenya Defense Forces and our entire education sectors, including government sponsors of studies and responsible organizations. To that extent, therefore, this is an important occasion of great pride and tremendous sense of accomplishment for all gathered here to celebrate this great success. This accomplishment is a manifestation of the values and principles of the National Defense University, and principally of the fact that they share in the belief that sound education, quality training, and robust skill development are the pillars of a strong and secure nation. This understanding applies to every sector. For a long time, the popular image of security or defense was a sector that was not only deficient in education, but had no time for ideas, and certainly averse to higher education. Today, the National Defense University, Kenya, has not only proven such a profile inaccurate, it is also demonstrating that our national defense sector are leaders in scholarship, research, training, and innovation. In order for our defense forces to effectively discharge their constitutional mandate of defending our nation, contributing to regional and global peace and security, and guarantee sustainable development, our warriors must always be the best thinkers and philosophers in their fields of academic interest. The national, regional, and international defense landscape over time has evolved significantly and is now properly understood to be firmly intertwined with every other dimension of sustainable development. This understanding then demands a strong command of relevant knowledge and analytical skills and a consistent capacity to continuously define, refine, and redefine our strategic vision to take into account and effectively engage with the emergence of novel, complex, dynamic, and disruptive developments in the operating environment on a constant basis. Further, the definition and understanding of security has expanded far beyond its traditional scope to encompass greater understanding of the citizen needs, citizen interests, and environment. This paradigm, therefore, recognizes the well-being and safety of people, which is the essential obligation of all states, extend beyond the defense of territorial borders and the protection from violence, and embrace the protection of basic freedoms and fundamental rights in order to make sure that no threat infringes their dignity and well-being. We are therefore called upon to understand proactive interventions in furtherance of a stronger and broader conception of defense and security, which entails the facilitation of the people's rights to food and nutrition, health care, water, education and shelter, as well as general social and economic security. We know that extreme poverty and stark inequality creates fertile grounds for the recruitment of embittered and frustrated young people into various forms of lawlessness, and that poor access to education keeps people engaged in outdated and repugnant practices that amount to serious crime. In the same vein, ill health and malnutrition destroy people's productivity and diminish their earnings, continuing their descent into poverty and vulnerability to exploitation and crime. Addressing economic disparities, therefore, addressing environmental threats, human health, are all direct and indirect endeavors to enhance security in its totality. Thus, it is true that the bottom-up economic transformation agenda is about initiating and driving rapid economic change, and also about the radical enhancement of human security from a holistic, sustainable standpoint. In any event, the security challenges of our time have evolved significantly from traditional threats to cybersecurity challenges and space-based conflict scenarios, from the multiple security-related adverse impacts of climate change and environmental degradation to pandemics and biological weapons, and from subversive forms of negative economic competition to threats inherent in unsustainable economic disparities. The purpose of institutions like this is to investigate the nature and cause of these threats, how they are affected by various economic, geopolitical, environmental, and even cultural factors, both singly and in combination, and the implications for defense and security strategy. That is a lot of work requiring considerable capacity to pursue theoretical and practical, sound, evidence-based, data-driven, curious and innovative strategic scholarly inquiry. A defense university of this stature is therefore not a vanity project or a white elephant. It is a very fundamental requirement for the proper grounding of national defense and security policy in order to guarantee stability, security, well-being, and prosperity. The constitutional mandate of our defense forces has therefore been perfected and properly positioned as the bastion of the foundational requirements and necessary conditions for the enhancement of our national economic power. In other words, the connection between national defense and the everyday life of citizens is not just direct, it is also very clear. The bottom-up economic transformation agenda is a radical program to uplift Kenyans in their millions into shared prosperity, rests on 5 pillars. Each one of these pillars is directly connected to a security imperative. Agriculture to food security, healthcare to the weaponization of biological assets, digital superhighway and creative economy to cybersecurity, and the various scenarios related to uncontrolled evolution of artificial intelligence, as well as the more traditional security requirements of housing, micro, small, and medium enterprises, in terms of sabotage and similar threats. The linkage, therefore, between our plan and the security agenda is therefore not imaginary or speculative. Rather, it is real, clear, direct, and robust. The National Defense University Kenya is therefore well positioned to play a fundamental role in our national transformation by contributing to the development of a formidable critical mass of well-grounded personnel, strategists, leaders, and policymakers, as well as researchers, creators, and innovators who will imagine effective ways of thriving in a constantly transforming security and development paradigm. In particular, this institution provides us with an opportunity to deepen a national culture of addressing our challenges and solving problems with well-developed and sustainable homegrown solutions, which align with the practical demands of our local context to deliver high-quality responses and interventions. This event eloquently testifies to the fact that the National Defense Kenya University has come of age and taken up its rightful position in the higher education and training, scholarship, and research ecosystem of our country by occupying a niche which reinforces the role of the defense sector as a public service good and enriches our development strategy by developing special dimensions of security and development. I recognize with tremendous delight the presence of our friends from various countries throughout the world among the graduates assembled here in person and virtually. And I trust that your experience at the National Defense University College has enhanced your professional capacity and commitment to make a contribution to a peaceful world. It is clear that the National Defense College Kenya is a world-class institution that has already earned the respect of important stakeholders in the national defense sectors throughout the world. This is the scope of the vision that you must continue to embrace: global, diverse, inclusive, innovative, dynamic, and committed to excellence and integrity. In consideration of the broad scope of the emerging security mandate and appreciating the complex and dynamic nature of contemporary security environment, I encourage the university to significantly increase its capacity of world-class research and innovation in order to develop effective solutions to current and emerging security challenges especially those with a transnational dimension. I have said on previous occasions that research and innovation are the cornerstones of progressive research because by this means we acquire the tools to tackle difficult problems, the means of taking informed decisions, and access the opportunity to turn the tide of development in our favor. There is no better foundation on which to establish our defense and security policy and strategy than research and innovation, because in so doing, we stay ahead of our competition, threats, and challenges at all times. I am confident that through research undertaken in this university, the ideas developed in its lecture halls and the innovations incubated here, our country's ability to adapt to an increasingly complicated present and future, and resilience to novel adversities will enable us keep development safe and secure for our collective shared prosperity. We are proud of our graduates. I was informed earlier by the Vice Chancellor that the assignment that I gave when I was here to research on what is going on in the North Rift, the security situation in the North Rift, I am told that some students are writing their theses on those subjects, and I'm looking forward to what they will say about our security. I am keenly following. Before I conclude my remarks, I will give you additional assignments. As I said at the beginning, the foremost purpose of this event is to celebrate your achievements as graduates, which you have made through commitment, discipline, and dedication to the cause of knowledge and truth. I applaud your success and hasten to remind you that now even greater responsibility rests on your shoulders to consider your nation's security as a fundamental imperative for our collective transformative progress. I therefore challenge you to embrace your role as leaders and commanders with a strong sense of purpose, vision, curiosity, inspiration, and most importantly, patriotism. Allow knowledge to lead the way and let innovation and research inform your steps. You will go very far, I promise you. Whether you are in the field, at a command center, in the rooms where policy is made, or in lecture theaters, always feed curiosity through debate, reinforce innovation with challenging questions, and disrupt productively in order to stay at the cutting edge in a rapidly sharpening world. Most importantly, be courageous enough to embrace emerging approaches and new technologies like artificial intelligence, robotics, quantum computing, and innovation in cybersecurity strategies in order to protect national interests and critical infrastructures. Deploy data and analytics to anticipate threats and develop effective and efficient solutions for the challenges of our time. Remain alert to opportunities to collaborate across disciplines and enrich your decisions with input from experts in diverse fields. This is how you build and sustain capacity to prevail in the face of complex challenges. Always know that a good idea must give way to a better idea. Don't hold on to a good idea when there is a better idea. I also hope that you will treasure and grow friendships that have germinated in the course of your studies here. Our nations are friends, and these friendships are important for us today and tomorrow. Always do your part to promote the national interest and never hesitate to make your contribution to development. I wish you good luck, great success, God's blessings as you go forth to serve. To the university, I have 2 assignments for you. We still have serious threats of terrorism, radical extremism, radicalization that continuously put pressure on the security of regions and nations. Lamu is a case in point. Northern Kenya is a case in point. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I think these are areas. If we can get some students to do their thesis, either master's thesis or PhD thesis in these fields, it will help us inform our national strategy as we tackle these security challenges. Assignment number 2, we are rolling out a robust digital infrastructure, complete with technology across Kenya. Every ward will have an ICT hub. 1,450 wards are across Kenya. We are rolling out huge digital infrastructure. 13,000 government services are already online. By the end of this year, every government service will be online. Cybersecurity will be a central requirement for us to efficiently and effectively use technology as an enabler for the delivery of government services, enabler of commerce, and to drive our creative economy and the whole space around artificial intelligence and new technologies going into the future. Students out of this great university need to dig deep into finding ahead of time the challenges that can come our way and begin to design how we will tackle these challenges. I say this because we are spending a lot of resources in the development of our human capital through education. I made a commitment to the people of Kenya that we will leave no child behind. It is the reason why we have provided resources to make sure that children in our vulnerable areas who would otherwise not go to school because there is no food, that this year the government of Kenya is going to provide resources to make sure that 4 million of our kids, when they go to school, they have a meal. Additionally, we have provided resources this year to hire additional teachers because many schools in rural areas where the children of the not so endowed go have inadequate teachers. It is the reason why we enhanced the budget for basic education this year by an extra 24 billion to make sure that we have hired an additional 56,000 teachers to make sure that every child who goes to school has a teacher to teach them. It is also the reason why we are expanding our TVETs. Again, this year, we have provided an additional 8 billion Kenya shillings to hire an additional 1,300 tutors in our TVETs and to enhance the capitation, loans, and other facilities for our TVET students. And it is the reason why, again, this year, we have enhanced the budget for our higher education by an extra 46 billion to facilitate our universities to train the highest cadre of our human capital collectively, this year, we have added to the Ministry of Education an extra 78 billion from last year's budget because we know the value of education, because we believe education is the greatest equalizer, and we believe that no child should be left behind. As we celebrate this first class, I share with you in the privilege of presiding over the first graduation ceremony.